Alright guys, everyone that watch anime already knows there's genres for animes all over the place. There's horrors, action, fantasy, slice of life, all of that's good stuff. 20 darkest fantasy animes, or really the darkest animes out there. So let me know down in the comments below if y'all believe that this is the darkest, or y'all seen something worse than this or darker than this. Some of these, I tell you now, I recognize some of them, but I'm just going to tell you, I have no idea about this list at all. But I'll tell you if I seen it and if I thought it was dark or not.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our pick.
By the way, also there's a fly in here and it been bugging the heck out of me. So if y'all can see the fly just even once, pause the video if you want to see it. Let me know how many times y'all see this fly flying around here.
For the traditional fantasy
We'll play a game.
anime
How many
that
times
feature
do you
the
see the
darkest
fly?
subject matter or tone. To be clear, we won't be including any fantasy anime set in the modern day, just high fantasy set in another world or past or
Okay, so
future.
that's good. Berserk is gonna be on here. I know Berserk is gonna be on here, and in fact, on the other video I got coming up, which will come out soon, Berserk is gonna be on that one too. That's gonna be the most horrifying deaths in anime. So keep an eye out for that. But this right here, yeah, let's go ahead and see. Now, if y'all seen my other video I did on horror animes, y'all know when it comes to horror animes, it's a lot that I'm kind of squeamish about. But this is dark. I've seen a lot of dark anime.
Fantasy
so we'll see what this
anime
got.
set in hours. Number 20, Phantom Master, Dark Hero from the Ruined Empire. This anime film based on a
Okay, for one thing, it just didn't say Phantom Master. This say Blade Master. Let me see here.
Number 20, Phantom Master.
Yeah, see? Blade of the Phantom Master. Well, I guess that's technically what he said. I never seen this. It looks pretty good.
Dark Hero from the Ruined Empire. This anime film, based on a South Korean manhwa, follows Munsu, the last of a group of wandering government agents in a fractured kingdom. Munsu continues with his
For y'all that don't know, manhwa is basically Korean versions of comics or manga and stuff. They're actually pretty good. The animes that the anime adaptations of them though is kind of a hit or miss. The only good one that I've seen so far is Solo Leveling. And yes, I was reading Solo Leveling before it became an anime, so I actually know the ending and everything of it. And also, if y'all did know, the second version of Solo Leveling is out now, is actually pretty good too. But yeah, I might have to check this out. This list is going to show me some stuff I don't have no
task
idea
of
about.
delivering justice to corrupt and evil leaders.
アメンオサのお出ましだこいつを半殺しにして武器は海に沈めろ
However, while his goals are noble, Munsu himself is more of an anti-hero, willing to use extreme methods in pursuit of his goals. With a hero nearly as bad as the villains he pursues, and dark fantasy anime film.
お前は魂を持て
And
な
it
さ
came out in 2004? So it was one of the first. I never seen it or read about it, and I thought, I'm gonna have to check that one out. Blade Master or Phantom Master. Okay, this is actually pretty good. I never seen it.
報いを受けるのはお前の方だ
Number
looks pretty
19,
dark.
Legend of Lemnir. Classic sword and sorcery stories tend to skew towards the
Yet again.
darker side, and the anime
Now this looks pretty dark too. I never seen this one either. This looks pretty good. For y'all that don't know, I love old school animes and animations. It's far better than the new stuff. Now I like the new stuff, but old school classic animation like this, top tier. Let me know if y'all have a classic anime that y'all like and that is your favorite. Let me know in the comments.
Taking some inspiration from the Western adult animated movie Heavy Metal, Legend of Lemnir follows the title character as she seeks revenge against the evil wizard Gardine, who killed her people. Lemnir's quest certainly isn't bloodless, and her foes engage in some pretty despicable behavior.
There we go.
There's also a fair bit of nudity if you're into that.
Of
For
course it
those
is.
looking
It's
for a
anime.
classic take on dark fantasy,
Fan fiction. Just so you know, fan service is like a moniker in anime. Every anime person knows this. It's one of the most
maybe
known
with
things
a
about
look.
anime.
Number 18, Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation.
Okay, I seen
Isekai
this.
fan-
Now here's my question about this right here. I went pretty. I'm like on season 3 or 2, something like that. I kind of got off of it after the second season or so. I think there's 3 or 4 seasons and it's still going right now. Would you consider this a dark fantasy? I really wouldn't. I guess it has dark moments, but would you consider this a dark fantasy? This right here, I wouldn't. This one have to
Fantasy
go
shows
off the list
often
to me.
focus on wish fulfillment and overpowered
But maybe y'all
characters,
can explain
but
to me down
Mushoku
below why
Tensei
this is
takes
one.
a different tact.
これで人に殴られる痛みが分かりま
I
し
gotta
た
say I love him though, because he's a big perv.
For him or for his friends, Rudius must often contend with his own inner flaws, and the series often delves into darker topics such as persecution. The show doesn't shy away from violence either, illustrating the lasting consequences of bloodshed. Although Mushoku Tensei has been
Okay, maybe that's the reason why it's on here, because it does go with darker topics and other things. So maybe that's also a reason why. That's the reason why it's on. If that's the case, then yeah, but still, I wouldn't consider it more of a darker things. I gotta see what else on this list, because I really wouldn't still put it on
polarizing
here.
among some viewers, it remains one of the darker examples of the isekai genre. In terms of quality, it would be much higher on this list, but we're ranking more on how it fits the dark fantasy trope.
Yeah.
こうして結婚して家を構えたのがいな。
Number 17, Hell's Paradise.
行き先は極楽浄土
But I know
常世の国陳戦郷危険はない
Set in Edo period Japan, who are sent to an outrageously dangerous mythical
Now, I hear
island
Gabi Maru
in search of the
pretty powerful.
elixir of life.
Oh my
Between
God.
the killers,
Hold
the
on, guys. Wait. I gotta see that again. That wasn't Hands, was it? Oh my God. Yeah, this is on here. Yeah. This deserves to be on here.
of life.
That right there
Between
is-
the killers,
is
the
creep factor.
executioners sent to accompany them, and the island's supernatural dangers, horror lurks around every corner in this anime, and the bloodshed is the rule rather than the exception. Hell's Paradise is a tangled maze of conflicting motivations, violence, and intrigue in a
gotta watch this.
fantastical setting as beautiful as it is savage. It's
Don't give me no-
entertaining trying to
oh my God.
unravel it all though.
Those centipedes just.
もうお主の勝ちはな
Number 16, Rage of Bahamut. Based on the video game of the same name, this anime depicts the journey of a group of adventurers who seek to prevent
Yeah, another
the
one I've
revival of the titular demon.
Love?
The series tackles the contrasting ideologies of its heroes well, and features some sinister conspiracies as well as some intricate lore. It has epic battles and well-animated fight scenes that get every bit as violent as the eponymous demon.
Be back soon. Either that or we'll be dead.
It does feature some lighter moments, but despite the pluckiness,
Good trip ahead of you. This time I'm taking you to a way better place than stupid Helheim.
Number 15, Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. Sure, Demon Slayer is a shonen series, so there's all the usual comic relief and
This
optimistic
list
characters.
of things, I just not 100%. Well, no, Demon Slayer is dark. Yeah, okay.
And yet,
I'll put that
it's
on
set
there.
in impunity. It's up to Tanjiro and his fellow Demon Slayers to battle against overwhelming odds to defeat these terrifying foes, and to
Yeah,
find a
Demon Slayer, I
cure
would
to
say,
his
is on this
sister's
list.
demonic condition.
Definitely.
Demon
It
Slayer
started
has
off
certainly
on
made
this,
a
yeah.
name for itself.
Yeah. Okay. I'm starting to understand the list a little bit here now. The more I get on, the more I watching this list, the more I'm like, okay, I can see that. I can see that. So, okay, all right. Demon Slayer definitely deserves to be on this list because it's from the jump. it just started like with straight demon.
With its unprecedented success, but its dark tone and jaw-dropping action scenes should draw in anyone who somehow hasn't checked.
Oh yeah, it's hype. Yeah. Some Halo Dragon.
Number
and then the season
14,
was over.
Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash. Also known as Grimgar, Ashes and Illusions, this isekai fantasy sees a group of people awaken in a new world, immediately recruited. This is not their story.
Okay, so it got a twist, huh?
Grimgar instead follows the weaker individuals who form a party and their struggles just to survive in their new world. Despite the beautiful watercolor tinted back, there are major character deaths, and the psychological impact of regular people forced to become mercenary monster killers is examined in realistic and empathetic fashion. It may not have gotten the season 2 it deserved, but Grimgar of Fantasy and
never heard of
Ash
it.
is a dark fantasy. Others.
Okay, guys. So this one right here, Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash. I say now, that actually sounds like it's a nice twist on the isekai genre. Because normally in the isekai, the character is that one. So I actually like this. I might watch it. This looks showing me some animes I need to watch myself.
Number 13, Bastard, Heavy Metal Dark Fantasy.
Okay. I'll say that, yes. If y'all ever heard Heavy Metal Dark Fantasy, there was actually one made in 1996 or something that was before this that was just called Bastard. And it only had like 5 episodes, if I remember correctly. It wasn't going so long. Now, if you watch that one compared to this one is better because it goes deeper into the story. But I just say now, Bastard Heavy Metal Dark Fantasy is wild. it's wild. Butt naked. It has everything that people say is wrong with anime, and it got. And if you read the manga, oh my god. I promise you guys, one of the craziest things is he literally defeats an enemy by having sex with him. He literally does that. Well, her. The main character defeats an enemy by giving her a massive orgasm. I'm not lying.
Set in a post-apocalyptic fantasy world, Bastard sees humanity's last hopes ride on a most unexpected source, Dark Schneider, the former leader of the very army threatening them. After being sealed away, the immortal wizard is revived and agrees to help, sort of. The problem is, he's almost totally amoral.
Oh yeah. It's crazy with the stuff that they do.
But thanks to his overwhelming power and surprising charisma, Dark Schneider is able to slowly win back some of his former subordinates and fight back against the chaotic god threatening to destroy the world. Dated since its manga began in the 80s, its atmosphere, entertainingly evil protagonist, and heavy metal inspirations make it a fantasy as wonderfully dark as its anti-hero's name.
Oh yeah.
Number
and
12.
That goes heavy with D&D too. Bastard Heavy Metal goes heavy with D&D. A lot of it is from D&D and rock and roll.
Vampire Hunter D films.
Taking on a vampire at night is a mission for morons.
Now, you know what, guys? I seen one of these movies. I think I seen both. And apparently the light novels of Vampire Hunter D, that he's insanely broken and almost like to fan fiction levels, like a fan made character with everything he can do. He's always just a little bit stronger than his opponent, even if it's God. And that was the best explanation that I got for how broken he is. So say he fights someone that has infinity, he would be infinity +1, which is ridiculous, but yeah. I say, yeah,
A series
Dark
of
Fan- this is
novels,
supposed to be
the
in it 'cause it's
Vampire
very
Hunter
dark.
D films follow the titular character, a half-vampire known as the only ones killing in this unforgiving future, as humanity's darker side is also on full display. These films feature some fantastic animation, as well as an intriguing, well-realized future fantasy setting, plus the action, violence, and melancholy that comes with the best of dark fantasy. Now, if only someone would animate the rest of the book series.
Right. Make a
クザ
TV
ミ
show.
どんどん get to
Hashtag make
have
a
a
dark
life, not like
Hunt
you.
a D TV show.
Number 11, Claymore. The only thing worse than intelligent monsters with a hunger for human flesh, intelligent monsters with a you
Yeah.
call when a Yoma has infiltrated your settlement.
A hot, sexy, busty woman.
The all-female extermination squad with massive
Yep.
swords, zero emotion, and
Claymore.
a permanently active kill switch. It isn't all murder and sunshine. Shown through the eyes of a Claymore named Claire, not only does she have to contend with increasingly stronger monsters, but also the shady dealings of her own organization, as well as risk her own Yoma-infused blood getting out of control.
I really do need to watch this show. I still never seen it.
Number 10, Akamega Kill. You know things are
Okay. The thing about this is Akami got killed, or Akame, what he said. I call it Akami. If I'm saying it wrong, sorry. The anime actually doesn't follow the manga very closely, because just about 90% of the cast dies, and in the manga, half of the cast members don't die. In fact, the ending of it is not really that bad. Not ending. He die in the anime, but he's alive in the manga, and he gets married to the pink hair girl. So it's kind of like, what the hell? But I will say this: the anime ending is not that bad. It's kind of like a somber ending or so, but still, I just wanted to throw that out there.
messed up when a group of killers are the closest thing to good
It still deserves to be on this list too, though.
guys.
女の目の前で皆殺しにしてやるてめえをや
Named Tatsumi finds himself joining the elite ranks of the Night Raid, battling against everything from corrupt nobles all the way to the beautifully deadly Esdeath.
Boy.
This anime doesn't shy away from showing the horror that can come
Tatsumi better
when
than
the
me, I
upper
would've just gave
echelons
in.
abandon morality for greed.
どこかに私を満足させてくれる敵はいないものか
Right, satisfy in more ways
While the
than one.
fight scenes are pretty awesome, we'd advise not growing too attached to any of the characters. Number 9,
Yeah.
Goblin Slayer. From the
Goblin
moment
Slayer
we
deserves
saw
to
a
be on this
group of
list.
young adventurers getting mauled and violated, we knew that we were world.
Man, since the first episode, it looked at all pretty and stuff, but the moment you saw them goblins slaughtering the woman and just slaughtering what they were doing, oh, we already knew what time this was. And then we seeing Goblin Slayer coming in like a berserk demon. Oh, we was like, oh, we know the timing this is on.
Thankfully, wherever there are little green demons causing
There's a
trouble,
Goblin
you
Slayer.
can always and do what he does.
Boy, Goblin Slayer is like Batman in this universe. All he does is hunt goblins. And he is just as smart and just as amazing as Batman. Heck, he's prepared for anything. In some ways, you might say he's pretty strong, has super strength in some ways, like how they say with Batman. Batman has no powers. I know people be hyping Batman up, and I'm also one of them. But I'm just saying, Goblin Slayer, he's the Batman of this universe.
Does best.
For sure.
Break them into tiny pieces with whatever he can get his hands on.
Right.
While the show doesn't quite manage to
Boy, how he
maintain the level of darkness
does
shown
that
in its
stuff. Oh my
introduction,
God.
watching the goblin murdering machine and his merry band butcher their way through the worst kind of quests still makes for a great ride.
Right. Tying someone up with hair like that and choking him. Oh my god, that is one of the hardest
Number 8,
moments I've seen.
The Rising of the Shield Hero. Goes to show that getting transported to a fantastical
Yeah, this is
world
kinda dark
and
too.
given the
It
title
started
of
off dark
hero
for real.
isn't all it's cracked up to be.
I hate that one.
As one of 4 otherworldly souls tasked with saving the land from catastrophe, Naofumi's new life as the Shield Hero
俺たち仲間じゃ
To this day, that makes me angry. To this day, like, That whole thing, you telling me all of them was just like Tasumi had to do it. Like the king, all of them were just idiots. Tasumi better than me. I know how he did things, but I promise you, I would have went. It would have went a different way. My Shield Hero journey would have went way different than Tasumi's. The moment she did that,
Understandably embittered, Naofumi finds him to protect her, as he somewhat reluctantly becomes the only one capable of saving the day, much to the dismay of his detractors. Number 7, ReZero, starting life in...
Okay, that's the one I was talking about. With that other one that was on the list, that they was weak. The Izakais was weak. Oh, the Izakais people was weak. This is what I was talking about. ReZero. Yeah, I knew this would be on the list.
Another world. When the only thing you have going for you is the ability to keep coming back from the dead after each gruesome
Which is a
demise,
shitty power.
you can understand
That's
why
worse than
Subaru
Wolverine. I
might
would
have
never.
trouble adjusting to his new fantasy surroundings.
なんだよ畜生また全部リセットかよエミリアとのあの約束も
Finding himself embroiled in the fate of the beautiful half-elf Emilia, all the once Neat can do to save his friends is die, and die again, all in the hope
Oh
that
my
each
God.
new reset will allow him to change the increasingly bleak future. There's only so many game overs one man can take.
Boy, that is insanity. Oh my God. That is so sad. That is... I couldn't do it. The pain tolerance and his mindset will have to be, but even still, he can't stop it. He just knows I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna come back. So it's like, oh my God. I think that's one of the reasons why I could never watch ReZero, because that type of mindset is just, oh my goodness.
テイロ俺が必ずお前を救ってみせ
Number 6, Overlord. Why waste time as a wannabe do-gooder when you can conquer everything as a supreme skeleton ruler?
いいよ
Overlord is actually how I would have. If I was Ainzor going with everything he has, I would definitely do it. I'm a villain. I'm a villain at heart. Villains have more fun. I mean, Ainz knows this. He's a game player. Boy, I would be having a ball, taking over the world. Oh my
私は
God.
非常にわが
Yeah,
まま
Ainz a
なんだ
villain. He's straight up.
After
It's
finding
dark.
himself trapped inside his undead avatar, Pain to take control of his new world by whatever means necessary. This
Literally.
often equates to plenty of deception and maybe the occasional massacre.
黒き北条への道イヤシブニグラス
Don't expect Bone Daddy to suddenly find the humanity in his
Right.
heart. He's fully committed to that whole neutral evil alignment thing, which means
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of good people are gonna die horribly.
Oh, yeah. Ainz is straight up villain.
人間ども
And points he's also he's
Number 5,
neutral
Dread-
evil, but I also say sometimes he's chaotic evil at points. Now there are people in Nadric that's that, but Ainz kind of, I feel like he dances on that line a lot.
Does. What happens when you take some of history's most famous warriors, pluck them out of their own time, and set them up to battle it out in a world filled with elves and magic?
You get one awesome anime show.
鬼だやっぱり地獄行きか
You get Toyohisa Shimazu righteously slicing and dicing, Oda Nobunaga going war crazy, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid popping gaps into orc ass.
Oh, okay, so that's who that was supposed to be. Huh. If y'all never seen Drifters, it's an amazing anime. The only downside of it is it just never finishes. They never end. It never finish. Because the manga never finished either, so it's just leafed off on a massive cliffhanger.
As well as an antagonist.